Well,
Good morning.
wow, did that work?
It works, man. You're here.
Damn. I like it.
Just like that.
How did you do it?
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Can you hear me okay and see me okay?
Yep, I can hear and see you well.
Good.
Good morning.
Good morning from Minneapolis.
Hello from New York.
Nice.
All right, so how you doing, man, with all the craziness that's so close to your shop?
It's been a nerve-wracking couple of weeks, that's for sure. Stuff went down, just a couple blocks away from here. Luckily enough, our shop and our plant were spared. We didn't have any damage, so a lot of sleepless nights though. Things seem to be at rest now. Hopefully it'll stay that way. Hopefully, people can make things happen that'll keep it this way, because it was really bad.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. So we're going to get into the questions, and then we get into the conversation, and then we can circle back around to the current state of things.
Sure.
So first, what word or phrase do you overuse?
Oops, say that again. There's some people making noise in the background here.
Same here. What word or phrase do you overuse?
Green 5,000.
What does that mean?
People are always asking, so what do you think it's going to cost, or whatever? And it's like, I always say green 5,000. It's like, what? It's like, well, that's the color and that's how much it's going to cost. So, I haven't got it right yet. I've been close, but I have not got it completely right yet.
All right. What is your least favorite thing to do?
My least favorite thing to do? Damn. Paperwork, probably.
Everybody says the same thing.
I'm going to try to plug my headphones in here so I can hear you better.
That's fine.
And hopefully you'll be able to hear me better. There, how's that?
Yeah?
Yeah, we're good here.
All right, good.
Is that better?
All right, so, okay, paperwork is your least favorite thing to do.
Yep, it's a necessary evil.
No question. And if you don't do it, it leads to all kinds of other things that really get bad.
It does. You don't do the paperwork, you don't get paid, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's one of the things. What is your most favorite thing to do?
Build stuff, create stuff, solve problems.
Okay.
When I have my fireman suit on, I'm the most happy. Putting out fire. Putting not actual fires, but
Yes. Yeah, I'm with
getting problems solved. You know what I mean?
Yep, I'm with you. What is the one thing you would change about your spouse or significant other?
Change about? Are you trying to get me in trouble or what? Come on, dude. I think she's watching this. And we had a beautiful birthday dinner. We had a beautiful birthday dinner for her last night. It was great. For her to be, I don't know, calm down a little bit, maybe. Be a little more accepting to my wild ass ideas.
All right. What makes you tick?
Wood, trees.
All right. What irks you the most?
What's that?
What irks you the most?
Irks me the most? Irresponsible people.
Yeah, they're costly.
Yes, they are.
What sound makes you happiest?
Chainsaws, sawmills, the kiln running, humming along. Fast cars.
Are you into cars?
I have a couple, yeah.
What you got?
69 Mustang. It's got a blower on it, so I make all kinds of noise with that thing.
How long have you had it?
Since 1981. I bought it when I was going to trade school.
All right. Now, let me mark the question. So I want to pause you there, right?
Sure.
I have a 1951 Beetle crotch cooler, split window.
Uh-huh.
I have a 54. That's with the hardtail lights. That's hardtail lights. That's a 1 year only.
Uh-huh.
I have a 1969 Gia. I'm the second owner.
Yep.
That
Oh,
came
wow.
from my hometown, New Orleans. I have a 1972 911 Porsche.
Nice.
That I got my junior year in college, and that was a distraction from college. Now, what I
Why? Because all the girlfriends you all of a sudden had, or what?
Yeah. Yeah, I became real popular in the city with that car. What I always used to be troubled by, and I've collected cars, I've collected fans, I've collected refrigerators, I've collected all sorts of stuff, right? And since I was 18,
Only the class.
I'm sorry?
Only the classic refrigerators, though, right?
Monitor top, yes.
Okay. Nice.
Yes. Now, it's funny you say that, because what I'm about to say is why I'm saying this. Every person that I've come across that were other collectors in these clubs, they all look like you.
They do?
It was all older white men. Some a lot older.
Oh, yeah?
Some,
Yeah.
But it was all older white men. And I would always wonder, why don't black people have more hobbies? And then I figured it out, right? If I'm talking to a guy, let's say it's 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
If I'm talking to a guy who's 80 years old, who's 70 years old, how were things when he was 20?
Not so good.
Exactly. So the reason why we're not versed out into all of these different fields is because we didn't have access.
Sure.
So your dad probably was a woodworker, probably was in the cars, so you were able to see that firsthand, and he passed it on to you.
He was definitely a woodworker.
I'm sorry?
He was a woodworker. That's where I got it.
Exactly. So you could put that into 60, 70 years.
Oh, yeah.
But for people of color, we were segregated 50, 60 years ago.
Right.
So, and that's what, and I guess I'm more thinking out loud. That's
Sure.
what I was troubled by that. And I put it on
Yep.
us. Then after I thought about it, I'm like, it was on us because we don't have access to this. So,
Sure.
that's the point I wanted to make, to bring that
Right.
around to our current state of things.
Right.
So,
and when will that catch up? You know, when? That's the big question.
Yes, that is. That is. And I guess the question is access.
Yeah.
Is being brought into these things that we were systematically blocked out of for so long.
Right.
And the other thing I used to laugh at is when I would go to the car shows, all of the black guys would have fixed up Super Beetles. And I'm like, do they know the Super Beetles don't have any real market value? But that's what they had access to.
Yeah.
So they fixed them up. And,
Sure.
and that
Sure.
it used to bother me. I'm like, why don't they get an older car and restore it? But, you know, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing about a car show, everybody's the same color.
Yes. Yep. Yep. What sound bothers you the most?
What was that?
What sound bothers you the most?
Oh, probably a Lucas Mill hitting metal. That's not a very good sound.
Or any blade for that matter. But a Lucas
Any blades, but yeah.
A Lucas Mill even more, because the whole thing breaks down and you can't just
It does.
take a nut off and put another blade on it.
No.
What profession other than your own would you like to try?
Oh, wow. Dang. Definitely something that I can see what I can see it, and when it's done, I can drive by it and say I did that. So, I'm kind of a carpenter also, but I like the woodworking stuff. Something that I can drive by and say I did that and can be proud of it.
Okay.
And so I don't know if that's a mason or probably some kind of trade.
All right.
I don't quite have it enough for an artist, I don't think, but a borderline dangerous.
And and that's another thing that's wrong in this country. We need more trades. We need more people in the trades.
We do.
We've gotten
100% agree.
There's no people trained to do the basic stuff.
No.
All right. So the last and final question: what would you want on your tombstone?
No, that's a good one. He was respected.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So, do you have any hobbies?
Well, besides cutting wood and playing with wood and all that.
That don't count. That doesn't count.
That don't count. Dang it! Come on.
That doesn't count.
Hunting and fishing.
Okay. What do you
working on cars? Mostly right now it's been deer hunting.
Okay.
Where I can actually take a week off, spend time with family and friends, and just relax, decompress. That's my favorite right now. But used to do a lot of pheasant hunting and bird hunting, grouse hunting. When kids came along, a lot of that kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Just because. I don't know if you have kids or not, but you have kids?
Yeah, I have a 21-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, never seen a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. In our family, everybody knows how to use them. My daughter, my wife, everybody. We shoot sporting clay, or we shoot, clay pigeons and stuff. And even my daughter shot a deer. Oh. And she did it once. She wanted to do it, and she was okay with it. But I don't think she'll do it again. But she was glad she had the experience. She learned a lot about anatomy. Yeah. Cutting it up. If you shoot it, you clean it, and it was just that it was a life experience for her. And like I say, she always talks about it. She'll never forget it, but I don't think she'll do it again. Now my sons, on the other hand,
why don't you think she'll do it again?
I don't know. She I think she liked the experience, but I don't think she'll do it again. I don't know. She like. What's
I'm
that?
a vegetarian, so that's not my cup of tea. But
yeah.
To each his own.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So now we get into the conversation, and what we want to know is go back from high school, whatever it is, the different things in your life that brought you to where you currently are with your business.
Okay. You're asking hard questions. You're making me sweat. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off. Hang on.
Listen, wait, let me tell you something. I was going to say, if you're not tan, keep your shirt on.
All right. Sorry about that.
You didn't hear me. I was going to say, if you're not tanned, keep your shirt on.
Too much of a contrast or what?
Look at mine.
Oh, yeah? How's my hair?
All right. So, yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
So, my dad started the business back in 1965.
Wow.
So 55 years ago. And started out of the family garage. Actually, before that, my grandfather had a hardware store in this neighborhood. Before that, my great-grandfather had a confectionery shop in this neighborhood. We've had a business in our neighborhood right here for over, I believe, 110 years.
Wow.
In the local neighborhood. Anyway, my dad started, he went to Dunwoody, which is a local trade school here for cabinet making, and got out of there and started building mattresses for some guy, box frames, and didn't like it, lasted like 3 days, and decided that he's going to go on his own, so he did. And so he started Siewert Cabinet and Seco Construction, back in the early or mid 60s. And so I grew up around it, loved hammering nails, I bent as many nails as anybody. And one thing led to another, and I just got into it, loved it. After high school, I actually went to Dunwoody also for architectural drafting and estimating, figuring I was going to work, with a architecture firm or something like that. And just kind of didn't work out for me, and actually went to work for a couple different companies around town doing carpentry work and things like that. And after a couple of years, the foreman at my dad's plant said, we need him back here. We need somebody back here that, knows what he's doing, cares about what he's doing. So I ended up back at the family business.
Okay,
and,
wait a second. Let me ask you. At this point in your life, what was the relationship with your dad?
It was good.
Okay.
We had a good relationship.
All right, because usually this is when we're knuckleheads.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had some bumper stickers on my car he didn't approve of, things like that. But those were the years when you're a knucklehead. So, I was allowed to do that, and he finally decided that he didn't like my bumper stickers, so he bought my truck as a company truck. So then I had to take them off because it was a company truck.
So what did your bumper sticker say?
Well, come on now. Okay, the one I can tell you, it said, wine me, dine me, 69 me. There, now you know more about me than a lot of people.
So you don't have those bumper stickers on your car anymore?
Not currently, no.
All right. So,
Is this going where he wanted it to?
all right. So, you go back to the company, and what was your role?
I was mainly doing drafting, shop drawings, and building, estimating jobs, meeting with clients, so doing project management and everything else, and kind of doing it all. I mean, we were a small shop. We had, 5 or 6 guys.
Okay.
So I got to do everything.
All right. And
so that was Siewert Cabinet. So that's where my roots are, is in the cabinet shop.
okay.
And
now,
so
do you all currently still have a cabinet shop?
Yes, we do. Yep.
All right.
So right now Wood from the Hood started in 2008, out of a harebrained idea, kind of. Shoot my mouth off too much one time at Christmas and Thanksgiving, and someone finally called me out on it, and so we started Wood from the Hood.
Okay. All right. So we're not there yet.
No,
So
no, not yet.
what you are working with your dad, doing drafting, building stuff. How long did that happen?
Oh man, that was started in I think '85,
Okay.
and I'm still doing it.
And you've been there since '85.
Yep.
Is your dad still
Yep.
alive?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Yep.
Is he still working?
Whenever he gets a chance, but he's finally succumbed to fishing. So he has 2 fishing boats, so now he fishes. Finally, after he worked for a long time. He actually, when he retired and they were down in Florida, and he actually started washing people's windows, so he had something to do.
Wow. So when did he retire?
Oh my God, 20 years ago.
Okay. All right. And then you were doing cabinets. And what made you get into the lumber side of it, the wood from the hood?
Okay, so that's when I had a buddy I went to high school with who had a tree service, and we'd always be a lot of times we'd meet up at the same restaurant for lunch, and he's always saying, hey, I got all these nice oak logs or maple logs or whatever, you should do something with them. And I have a cabinet shop, so I don't have all the stuff in between a log and a cabinet shop, right?
Right. Yeah, that's a whole other business.
There's a whole lot of stuff going on right there. So I kept giving him resources at the University of Minnesota. I'd say, hey, talk to these guys or do this, and none of it really worked. And then, like I say, shooting my mouth off a few times during Christmas and Thanksgiving. One of my brother-in-laws actually took me up. He goes, well, why don't you just start doing something? I go, well, I should. And so he's on a remodeling project. He was a carpenter working for a contractor. they took down 2 big white oak trees out of a backyard of a house. And he goes, all right, Rick, you gonna put up or shut up? And it's
There
like,
you go.
shit. So it's like, all right, drop them off. So I got these 2 big, massive white oak logs in the back of the shop. It's like, all right, now what am I gonna do? So I started calling around, talked to one of my brother-in-laws who had actually had some wood sawed up from a guy over in Wisconsin one time, and talked to him, and it's like, yeah, you get them here, I'll cut them and dry them for you. And it's like, okay, well, how am I going to do that? So ended up borrowing a trailer and getting the logs over there. But in the meantime, it's like, all right, what am I going to do with them after I cut them up? What am I going to turn these things into? So I talked to a local store owner real close to our building here, and it was called Natural Built Home. And she sold all kinds of reclaimed, repurposed building materials. And she was kind of ahead of her time as far as, what she did, because, that wasn't real popular 12 years ago. And so we talked about it, and flooring was something that we could do with it. So we worked out pricing on how much this flooring would cost and everything else, and kind of, formulated a plan. So we had all this white oak cut into flooring. And so we had a bunch of white oak flooring that we had available, for sale. So that was kind of the first thing that we did. And that seemed to work out okay. So we started.
So how long did it take you to sell that flooring?
Quite a while, actually. Quite a while. It didn't go all right away. It sold in bits and pieces. And whatever we made, somebody wanted something else. Never had that happen, have you? I got all kinds of 3-inch flooring. Well, I want 2 1/4. I want 1 1/2. I want 4. I want random. It's like, so that's kind of a lesson we learned is, flooring basically is by order only. We do keep some 3-inch around, but otherwise it's custom order.
Right. And okay, when it's custom order, so you have it as wider planks and you cut it down?
Yep, we have it. We just have lumber. Hang on. Can you see that?
Yeah, so do you want to do the tour now?
We can, or we can keep talking. We can do whatever you'd like.
Okay,
You're the boss.
Let's keep talking for 15 minutes. At 15 minutes to 11, we'll do the tour.
The tour is a 2-beer tour.
So let's do the tour.
Okay.
Let's do it now and talk when we get back.
Yeah, if we're gonna do the whole tour, it's at least a half an hour.
Do it. I ain't scared.
All right.
I'm sitting down.
All right, if you're not scared, here we go, man. So I'm gonna go outside and we're gonna walk in so I can show you kind of everything.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. What the heck? Oh, sorry, I gotta flip the camera. There. So that's our front door.
All right.
I'll keep going back. So you come here, that's what you see. We're gonna walk in the front door. Safety first, right?
Yeah, always. It's a lot of lumber, man.
So we've got an area set up kind of in the front of our shop here.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay. So front desk. So we have lumber racks set up. This is mainly 4-quarter lumber. Set up, for kind of 10 at least.
Okay.
We have American elm. We have thermally modified ash.
It's a beautiful
We have
thing.
honey low. What's that?
That's a beautiful thing.
Oh, it's really cool. If we get down to the other shop, I'll show you something that has finish on it. It's beautiful.
It is.
We have honey locust, walnut, hard maple, red cedar, natural edge ash, more American elm. That's a number 1 grade. Silver maple, more American elm, some spalted stuff. We have some cherry.
I love that.
Hackberry. Hackberry. You guys get that?
Yeah. Well, let me be honest with you. I don't know what it looks like in a tree.
Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah, I couldn't pick it out. I couldn't pick it out of a bunch of wood.
Really? Huh. Then we have red elm, horse chestnut, some more walnut, red elm. We've got some elm with kind of a burl cluster thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Red cedar.
Now, is all of that sanded as well, or just plain?
This is planed all down to 0.9, so it's plenty thick to keep, to do anything you want with. Walnut, American elm. We got some 6/4 rift cut thermally modified ash. We have quartered white oak. More thermally modified ash, regular ash again, rift white oak, and some rift ash. Then coming back around here, we have a lot of just drops and things. I don't know how this is doing. Miscellaneous cookies and some trapezoidal twisty thingies we did here.
Uh-huh. Nice. Okay, let me ask you. The things you just showed us. Those objects. Do you cut those on the bandsaw mill, the big mill, or do you just do that? How do you get those shapes?
That was on the bandsaw mill, and it was a special jig that we made to actually make those.
On the wood miser or the bandsaw mill inside?
The wood miser outside.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so we got that. That was one of my fireman moments. Had to get them done. We figured it out.
Yep. Put the wood, put a jig on an angle, and run a wood miser through it.
Yeah, well, they're twisted too. So I don't know if you can how well you can see that, but there's actually a twist to them.
Oh.
So they're not just straight up and down. They're twisted, which is kind of hard to see, but you can see it a little bit there, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're twisted.
Nice.
Yeah. Then
what's all
we have about 100,000 board feet in here right now.
Can we go through there?
Yep, let's go. We got the Wood Whiz in the back of the shop here. These are all slabs. We have them all numbered and categorized. They're all on our website.
Wow.
I was bored one day. We made that. Oops. So all of our slabs will have numbers on the end, and they're all available. They're all on our website, so you can actually look at pictures of them before you come in. Or you can look at them, so we don't have to dig every slab in the shop out, so people can look at them.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Right? How do you do it?
I'm doing good. My stuff it's too much. I don't have enough people. I got a yard with stacks and stacks of lumber.
Yep. Well, we haven't got there yet. We're heading there soon.
Okay, hold it. Can we turn back a second? Just turn the camera back. Keep going. Keep going. Now what kind of? Let's get a little closer look at that. What we got there?
This stuff here?
Yeah. What's that?
That's thermally modified ash with a natural edge on it.
Okay.
So that's one of our. Oh, go ahead.
So I worked with that a few years ago. So you have someone locally that modifies that for you?
Within 150 miles, yes.
Yeah, for me it was a 3-hour drive.
Yeah, we're about 2.5. I want to show you. So that's a thermally modified ash cribbage board that we do.
Okay. And
so it's a little bit different.
I'm gonna show you my finished thermally modified ash piece as well. But you go ahead.
Okay. All right. But we have we're getting it a little bit darker than the cribbage board I showed you now. So it's just a little bit darker than that. It's so.
Let's pause for 2 seconds. Someone's asking, what does modified imply? It's put into a chamber after it's kiln dried, and it dries all of the extra left moisture out of it until it like overcooks it into a crisp, and it becomes Go ahead.
So what it does is they bring it up to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And what it does is it cooks all of the organic compounds out of the wood. And during that baking process, it also changes the color. But the biggest part is cooking all the organic compound out of it. So then now you can use it in an outdoor application. There's nothing there to rot anymore. All the sugars and everything are gone. There's nothing for...
Answer.
What's that?
So that's a much more educated answer. It's beautiful.
I've been working on that one for a while.
You sound like you know what you're talking about.
Well, we've been dealing with it, and a lot of people ask, so... Oh, there's some employee. There's Jessica. Hi, Jessica. There's John.
What's up, John?
And Dan.
What's up, Dan?
Yeah. See. So we have our wood whiz back here. Flatten all our slabs. Sure, everybody's seen one.
All of your slabs?
Yep, right there. We used to do some down the CNC router down at the other end, but it just got to be too cumbersome. This is way faster, easier. Anybody can run it. Works much better. And we have 3 CNC routers at the other end. Hey, there's the first farm implement I ever bought. Little trailer.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go outside. So this is our log yard out here. I wish if I had time, I'd go up on the roof of the building. I could show you the whole thing really good. But they're sawing lumber, so we'll go out and check it out.
Yeah, we got time.
All right, here we go.
I hear you.
Might get a little loud here. I don't know how well I'll be able to hear you.
All right.
So this is our log cutting shack. Open on 2 sides. Of course, the sawdust pile, the scrap pile. That's the bike bridge and the greenway here in Minneapolis. It's kind of a site.
So you said, do you have 2 sawyers or one? A sawyer and a hand?
This is a sawyer we're using right now, and he comes in a few times a year and cuts like mad. So right now our need is around 100,000 board feet a year, and he'll cut a couple thousand feet a day. So if he's here maybe 10 weeks or so, that kind of does it for us. Sticker rack. I gotta walk away from the saw so I can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There we go.
And that's about 250 logs.
Well, that's just in the green right here. So that pile, and the 2 piles over there are about 200 logs. And then here's the rest of the yard.
Okay, all right. I'm confused. You hire a sawyer to come in and cut this.
Yep.
And that's cheaper than buying a mill and hiring a guy to cut it?
You know how I talked about what I would change in my spouse? I'd buy a sawmill. She wouldn't. But she owns the place, so I guess I got to respect her her wishes. So stickered lumber. Try to keep track of where it's come from. This all came from Minneapolis Park Board, so it's all around Minneapolis here. Most of it's all from our 55406 neighborhood. That's how we kind of keep track of our stuff, is by the zip code.
She says, "Be careful, honey."
Is she on?
She's on.
Damn it. Ask her if she's at work or home.
Are you at work or home? So what's to the right of you?
So this is our kiln.
Okay.
So this is we have two Nile 200s in this building. We built this building 5 years ago. So we have two chambers. We have rolling tracks that are loose. You kind of see the tracks where they sit, but because it gets snowy around here, we have to remove them in the winter so we can plow. So basically, have big carts that roll in. They'll take about 4,000 feet of 4/4 or about 7,000 feet of 8/4. So we can do 8 to 14,000 feet of lumber in that kiln. We have another smaller kiln over here.
Your wife says she's at home.
Oh, okay. Well, then I can't go up and take a picture of it. We can't go hug. So this is another kiln that we have, Northland kiln made in northern Minnesota here. And this one's more just heat and circulating the air. And that one will hold about 1,000 feet.
Okay.
I didn't show you a picture of the first one we had, which actually I built by hand after I took the kiln drying short course over at the University of Minnesota.
Yeah, I took one of those at Syracuse.
Yeah. So we're going to go into Siewert cabinet now. This is where all of the manufacturing happens. Might be a little loud in here, but this is where all the equipment is. I can show you kind of some finished products and things that we're doing with our urban wood.
You got it.
So here we're cutting cribbage board blanks for all our cribbage boards that we do.
How much cribbage boards do you sell?
Have to ask Cindy for sure. That's my wife, but probably 1,000 a year.
It's not bad.
Yeah. So time saver, planer, just a big saw we rip with. Here's something that we couldn't live without. Our two-sided planer.
Yeah, Canadian Woodworks has one of those.
The thing is awesome. It's a jointer planer, so it's got little fingers on the front side, so you put a piece in and it doesn't crush it. And most planers, you send something in with a twist and it comes out with a twist, right? This one's got instead of a hard roller on the front, it's got little fingers, so it equalizes the board, so it's actually like running it across a jointer. So wood actually comes out of this thing flat.
Nice.
Bought this thing used a while back, and it's been a godsend. It's just fabulous. Oh, John and Dan are still down here laying out a job.
Nice looking walnut.
Yep, nice walnut. Got a couple CNC routers over here.
A couple.
Oh yeah, one there. Another one there.
So, okay, let me ask you.
Sure.
How much has the lumber business added to your overall?
So it's two separate businesses completely. Cindy, my wife, owns the one, and Siewert Cabinet does around $6 million in sales. And it's probably added to our business, it's maybe added $500,000 of labor. So it's kind of a really, really nice mix. If an urban wood company could team up with a fabricator that already has all the equipment, because it's expensive to be a sawmill, it's expensive to be a cabinet shop. These are a bunch of metal bases that actually my nephew makes for us. And these are all going to have thermally modified ash tops on them, which we'll step into the spray booth here and we can see those.
Nice.
They're so pretty.
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, it's a very pretty wood. We're starting to sell the heck out of it. Ash typically doesn't sell around here.
Yeah.
It's more of an oak, kind of oak part of the country.
Yeah.
But we're trying to change it around.
Yeah. When you modify it, it makes it look so much more rich.
It is. It's just beautiful.
All right, so I'm going to quickly show you mine. I'm going to turn my camera around.
Okay.
All right, can you
There
see
you go.
the table there?
I can see that table.
That's modified ash table. That's about 6 years old.
Okay, nice. Looking like it's still in good shape.
Yeah, it actually split.
What? What'd you do to it?
It wasn't a big split, it was a little one. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So our cabinet shop, we're trying to, whenever we can, turn our customers to urban wood. So here's the project that we worked for the customer and told them about the urban wood.
That's nice.
And so we're making, I think, 50 of these chairs.
Wow.
For a church. They're choir chairs. So we'll be making about,
that.
yeah, right? We're making 50 of those.
That's a nice looking chair.
It is. Yeah, the choir books will sit right in here. There'll be a bottom that sits in there. And yeah, they're kind of it's a small kind of petite chair. But yeah. Here's some more thermally modified over here. Sorry if we're turning this all into a thermally modified project, but
You know, that's what this is about. You found a way to make this work.
right. I mean, you know, I can't sell regular ash. We gotta make it look prettier.
Okay, but let me ask you this, right? You can modify tulip, red oak, which is not
Oh.
sexy.
Right.
Do you get into that or no? Just the ash?
We haven't. We've just done the ash because that's what we have the overabundance of, and we have seen plenty of thermally modified other species, and ash just seems to be the prettiest one when you modify it.
Okay.
You know, it's really cool.
So how do you get this lumber?
So the trees are coming mainly from, a lot of them are coming right from the City of Minneapolis Park Board, and they take, you know, hundreds of thousands of trees down. We're going to go upstairs into the Wood from the Hood's office. So they'll give us a list of trees coming down. We'll go look at every one of them, or Google them, or whatever we need to do to them, and we will we'll tag them if we want them. We'll put a blue dot in the last two digits of the zip code on them.
Yep.
And then they'll either we have to go pick them up from a log yard, or they'll drop them off here, and we pay them for them.
What?
Yep, we pay them.
Huh.
So this is where Cindy's going to send me a nasty gram because she doesn't like people seeing her storeroom. But these are finished product.
It's nice. It's nice. So see, I was going to ask you, did they pay you to take them?
Nope, we have to pay them. They have it all because they'll send it all over to District Energy or one of the wood chipping plants. And
Got it. Okay.
You know,
They already built in. So yes, so you would have
Yep.
to.
So we have to pay something for them. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Here's our trophy wall. We have over, I think we're at 32 different species that we've done.
That's what I thought when you said 10 downstairs.
Would you like to take the wood quiz, Robert?
No. Let's go to the left. All right, let's get everyone in. Everyone who's on is going to take the quiz.
Oh my God. That might take a little while. What's that?
So we just have people comment. Just keep going.
Okay. Okay, well there's one,
That's
two.
maple.
That's spalted maple. Yep.
Cedar?
Red cedar, correct. That's a poor example of cherry.
Okay. Some blonde.
That's my wife's a redhead, so yeah.
Yes, you can play. Let's go.
All right. Number 6, that's one we've been talking about all morning.
Ash.
Number 7 is kind of our poster child wood. A lot of these came out of the city in the 70s and 80s.
What is that?
American elm.
Yep.
Uh,
Locust?
No, that one is butternut.
Ah,
Don't
okay.
don't see much of it around here, but we do get it once in a while.
All right.
That is another elm. That is red elm. Okay, you're gonna get this one right.
See, I want to say walnut, but that's a light color.
Yeah, it's walnut. I think
All
the
right.
lighting is a little bit weird, but yeah, walnut. I don't know if you can see the pink in that one as much as you should, but honey locust.
Okay.
That one is the hackberry.
Got it. Do you
Uh,
get any Kentucky coffee tree?
they have started to plant some, but we don't have any yet. My latest acquisition was an apricot.
Nice.
Yeah, just a little teeny thing, but I have one tree service that really likes to try to confuse me, and he does a really good job. 14 red oak. We have
White oak?
white oak. Actually, that's bur oak, which in Minnesota, bur oak is probably 80% of the white oaks. And so the difference between bur oak and white oak, just a little bit of a slight color difference.
Okay.
So, but we do have both. White pine. There's some spalted maple tree we did for university here. We did a bunch of paneling for them. Uh-oh, Matthew Collins is on. Now we're in trouble.
What's up, Matthew?
Thermally modified ash again. Red pine. There's one that he confused me with. That's sakura.
Sakura?
Yep, sakura. It's a ornamental that he planted it probably 20 years ago and it died, so they took it down and he brought it over here and threw it on the wood pile and said, "What? Oh, there's my daughter on now too. C3.
What's up, C3?
Yellow wood. Here's one that everybody likes. Very light. It's got the big elephant ear flower leaves, the big white flowers, the beans that hang from it. Catalpa. Do you have catalpa? Yep.
Yeah. I don't have any, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's really pretty. It's really light. It's surprisingly light. 29 is the white oak again. 28, box elder. 27, we have Siberian elm. 26, buckthorn. Here's one. Your buckthorn.
Buckthorn, is that closer to like mulberry and Osage orange?
Probably. I do have a piece of mulberry here also.
Okay.
But it's actually, mulberry is this one here, which when it's fresh, it's very yellow.
Yep.
But the sunlight has turned it that brown. That's been here for a couple of years, and it's turned that dark, rich brown now.
Nice.
Okay, back to this one. So we got a call from a guy and said, "Hey, I got this tree." We said, "Yeah, sure you do." And because he told us the name of the tree. And it's like, "That don't grow here." He goes, "Oh yeah, I got one." And we're going, "Yeah, dude, right. What are you smoking?" Well, comes out it was from the conservatory real close to here.
What?
Yeah.
How much of that do you have left?
Right there, you're looking at it. 2 foot high, 4 inches wide. When the people at the conservatory found out that we had the tree, they wanted to do something with it. So we turned that into, well, it's going to be hard to see, but these are ornaments that we made for the conservatory.
Very nice.
So they ended up selling those at the conservatory gift shop. So it's fun to have projects like that happen. But hickory, that's a Moor cork tree. Sycamore, that's the one and only sycamore tree we ever got.
What?
Yeah, we don't get sycamores, not around here, not at all. That was the mulberry again. Like I say, that's really kind of a real yellow color, but the UV light messes with it.
How much mulberry did you get?
Not much. Maybe a few trees a year. There's your locust, black locust. Then we have birch. Paper birch.
Hold it. Someone just asked about birch.
Yeah,
Moose Works, there you go. There's a birch.
that's birch right there.
Wait, that's black birch.
No, this is actually river birch. Sorry, this is river birch.
All right.
We have river birch and paper birch here.
Okay.
That's just regular old maple. Here's one you're not going to get either. Oldest tree on earth.
You got me.
Ginkgo.
Oh.
Ginkgo tree. So the city plants them on boulevards, and they plant them as male trees. And as they mature, and if certain things happen, like a drought or something, they don't know exactly why, but they will actually switch sexes. They'll turn into a female tree, and they will start fruiting. And when they start fruiting, they produce like a cherry-like fruit, and it stays on the tree and rots and then drops. And it smells like dog dew and some other kind of really gross stuff. So they'll cut them down.
So someone's asking, do you have cypress or Seeker cypress?
No, we do not.
Okay.
Nope. All right. There's some paneling samples. Here's where Cindy sits when she's at work.
She said she's on the way.
Okay, good. Here's another.
I get that till tomorrow, but she's on the way.
Right. So this is some more thermally modified ash, and this was left over from a job, and some of the ash got a little bit more modified than the others. And so this is kind of a combination of the darkest of the thermally modified ash and the lightest of the thermally modified ash. So this is John's desk that he made out of it, and it's kind of a cool looking desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, all right, what else would you guys like to see?
I think that's it. I think you've shown us all.
I think we got through it.
Yeah.
So I can either just sit up here and we can look at a wall, or whatever. What's left to do here?
How much lumber do you sell? Or is most of your wood, do you sell more furniture than lumber?
So John, who we passed by earlier, his job is basically to sell projects to architects, designers, and owners. So he'll sell bigger projects that involve an architect or designer. So we'll build big conference tables, wall paneling jobs, and things like that. And so the custom part of our business is probably 80%. And the rest of it would be selling lumber and selling the home goods part of it. You know, cribbage boards, cutting boards.
Someone just asked, how far are you from the roof?
Not very far at all.
Let's do this. We got 5 minutes, baby.
All right, I'll run. My dad used to do remote control planes.
Nice.
All right, now we'll go up to the roof. This is our drafting and estimating area, or drafting area, programming.
How many employees do you have?
We're down a few right now just because of the economy, but we typically run around 45 in the cabinet shop. We had solar installed a couple of years ago, so we've got a pretty good sized solar array going on up here.
So how long has your company been in this building?
We've been in this building for 21 years.
Do you own it?
Yes. That's one thing my dad taught me. If you can buy it, buy it. Don't give somebody else the money.
Yep.
So
let me ask you another question.
Yep.
Why don't you have a garden on that roof?
Come on, one thing at a time. Here, I'll let you in another little secret. My next thing after wood from the hood is chickens on the roof. Hey, we're in Minneapolis. Everybody's about organic and everything, right?
Right.
Look at all this space. How many chicken coops could I have up here?
A ton.
Right?
Okay, wow, look at that. How much of your shop is powered solar?
So the amount of solar we got going on a good day is 60 kW, which is enough to power about 7.5 homes. And it would never run the whole shop. Whatever what we don't use goes back into the grid. And
Look at that.
yeah.
How long have you been doing solar?
The solar's been up for I think 3 years now. So I don't know if we can see it, but that. Am I zooming in on your end too?
Yep.
So I'm gonna try to get a picture of this. That gray building right there
Yep.
was completely burned out, and the target and cub that were completely looted and burned are right kind of below that. So that's how close we were to all that action.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, back to a better thing. So yeah, this is from the roof. Kiln building. Our trailer we use to haul just about everything. That's kind of our drop-off zone for logs, is right there where the city and everybody drops logs off.
How often
Of course.
do you get logs?
You know, that'll depend. In the springtime, we'll get a lot of them dropped first thing in the spring. Then the city goes to planting. So right now they're planting and pruning. And now they've started to go back to marking trees to take down. And so we'll start to get some more trees again here. But we kind of need to get through some of these. We have quite the pile of logs at the moment. So the lot space back there is about 80 feet by 400 feet long.
Wow.
So that's the wood from the hood's base.
Wow.
And that's how far we are away from downtown Minneapolis.
Nice.
There's the stadium right there. That's US Bank Stadium, where the Vikings play.
Can you walk to it?
Oh, sure. Yeah, not a problem. It's only like 1.5 miles from where we are. It's pretty easy walk.
Speaking of football, we got a 2-minute drill.
All right, let's go. That's the bike path. And the light rail is right here too. It's quite popular here. This thing's smaller again. There. All right, what else do we want to see?
Listen, with 1.5 minutes, man, I think that's it.
We're good?
Appreciate it.
Not a problem, man. It's been real.
It has.
I like it.
Thank you for your time. Much appreciated. And 6
Perfect.
p.m., we go to Australia.
No way. Nice. Cool. I've got to watch a few of the interviews. They're good. I like them.
Good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And you're next on the page. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Take care. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah.